Okay, so this one is asking you a babysitter earns $8 an hour for babysitting two children and an additional $3 tip when um when both children are put to bed on time, right? If the babysitter gets the children to bed on time, what expression could be used to determine how much the babysitter earns? Straightforward question. They asking you, she makes $8 an hour. X is the number of hours that she works, and any additional, every time that she puts the kids on to bed on time, she gets $3. So this is the answer, right? X represents the number of hours. You multiply that times how much money she makes per hour, and you add three additional dollars, whatever when she puts the baby to sleep on time, right? Okay, next question, straightforward again. You just need to just distribute 3x plus 3y equals y. So therefore, I can say that I can say that this is 3x equals negative. Well, if I subtract negative 3y in both sides, you get negative 2y. And then if you divide by 3, you get x equals negative 2/3 y. And you need to solve for y, right? So if you divide by y, I'm sorry, you need to solve for x over y. So you can divide that and you get x over y equals negative 2/3. So this is answer, right? Okay, next. This one. This is straightforward. When you see, when you want to solve for this system of equations, when they have fractions, just look at the number that is the greatest and just multiply everything by that number. And here, since both numbers are the same, I'm gonna multiply by 8. So if you distribute this thing, then you get the answer, right? So this is gonna be 4, I mean, not the answer, but you're gonna simplify this. So this is gonna be 2x minus y equals 40. And this is gonna be x minus y equals 19, right? And now 19, we need to multiply 19 times a. It's going to be 72, carry 7, that's going to be 15. This is 192, well, depending on situation, right? Let's see. We multiply the first equation. We have the first equation, the second equation. We're going to multiply the second equation by -1. We get negative x minus y, plus y equals negative 152. And this is 2x minus y, this stays fixed, right? 40. And then this cancels, so you get x equals negative 112, and you can see what's the answer right away, right? Because you don't need to solve for the other one. That's the only one that has negative 112, so that's the answer. Next, that was 3, right? 4. So this problem, right? This problem is a little difficult, okay? So here they're asking you, triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle means this thing. You have a triangle that has the two sides are congruent, and the angles opposite to the sides are also congruent, right? So that means if this side is 5, this is also 5, and if this angle is 50 degrees, this angle is 50 degrees. Okay, so but that's not what they're asking. They're asking you triangle ABC is isosceles, AB and AC are equal, so that's what they're saying. That's the reason these are isosceles, and BC is 48. So from here to here, it's 48. Right? Now, it's in the ratio of DE. DE is this guy, which is 5. And then DF is 7. What is the length of DC, right? So DC means this part. They want you to find this part, right? So again, it's not too easy to understand this, but these are similar triangles. So that means that so ED is proportional with FD, right? Or well, they call it DF here in this problem, right? So this is DE. So we know that the ratio is 5 to 7, right? 5 for DE and 7 to DF. So you know that DE actually, okay. So what else I know? So we know that because this is true, then I can set a proportion here, right? DE is proportional to DF, and DB or BD is proportional to DC, right? And we know that that BD plus DC equals BD, and that's what they're asking you basically, right? So this DE is 5 and times X, you can say that, right? And then this what is it, the other one, DF is 7, right? So if that's true, we don't know, these are this is the proportion, right? So basically what they're asking you here, you can say that this is X and this is also X, right? Because this is just a proportion, it's not the actual answer. You can also think about in terms of 12 over 7 if that's what you're looking for. But anyway, so this is going to be 5x plus 7x equals BD. BD is 48. You know that because they give you that from the beginning. So this is 12x equals 48. You solve for x, you get 4. That means if I want to find out what is DC, 7x, right? So I just need to plug that in here and you get 28, right? Or you can think about in terms of the ratio, right? Since you know that this is the ratio of DF with DC is 7 over the total of 12, and then you multiply by 48, you can also do that, right? So that's going to be 4 times 7, that's going to be 28. So that's another way to do it, okay? Yeah, so that's BD, it's 5x, and DC is 7x, right? You cannot say that that's 5 and this is 7, right? That's the ratio, so should be 5 times some number equals that, right? And 7 times some number equals that. So when you solve for that, you figured out that that's equal to that, okay? So if you don't understand, you can review that again and you can see what I did, because I cannot spend so much time doing these things. Next, here, if RS and S are solutions to the equation above, R is greater than S, which of the following is the value of R minus S? So this is basically what we did in class, right? This is just a factoring, right? This is the AC method. So this is x squared plus 7x minus 30 equals to 0, factor x plus 10, right? X minus 3 equals to 0, then divided by 2, and then this is going to be x plus 5, 2x minus 3, and you solve for that, right? So this is x equals -5, x equals 3 halves. So now they're telling you that R is greater than S. So here I can see clearly that this number is greater than -5. So they want you to subtract. Well, let's call this R and let's call this S, right? Because in this situation, that's what it is. So now that I have that, now I need to subtract that. So this is going to be 3 halves minus -5, right? So you just need to combine the terms. So this is 3 halves plus 5. This is going to be 2 over 2. So this is going to be 3 halves plus 10 over 2, which is going to be 13 over 2, right? So that's the answer, this one. Okay, that's how you do that. Easy. 7, or what is the number? 6 I did. Oh, I should do 5. Anyway, no problem. So here in a certain game, a player can solve easy or hard puzzles. So there's an easy, and hard is Y. So a player earns 30 points for solving an easy puzzle and 60 points for solving, okay. So 30 points X plus 60 points Y. Tina solved a total of 50 puzzles. So this is gonna be X plus Y equals 50 puzzles, playing this game, earning the total points you get, or she got, was 1950. So this is a system of equations, right? How many puzzles? Hard puzzles, right? So they basically you need to solve for Y. So let X equals 50 minus Y using substitution, right? I'm using the first equation, and I'm gonna plug that into the second equation. So this is gonna be 30, 50 minus Y plus 60Y equals 1950. So this is 1500, and this is gonna be 30Y, and this is gonna be 60Y, and this is gonna be 1950. You subtract 1500 in both sides, combine like terms. This is 30Y, this is gonna be 1450, divide by 30, right? And you get Y equals, this cancels, is 15 the answer. So 15 is the hard puzzles, right? Okay, that's it. Next. Sorry. The guy that Alan charged $15 for his equipment and $8.50 per hour, right? To cut the grass, right? Or to cut in the lawn. Taylor charged $12 and per hour, right? Actually, no. He charged, yeah, $8.50 per hour. I should put X here. And Taylor charged $12, and then for his equipment on 9.25, right? And if X represents the number of hours spent cutting a lawn, what are the values of X for which Taylor? So this is Taylor, right? This guy, and this is the other guy is Alan, right? So for which, what are the values of X for which Taylor's totals charge is greater than Alan's? So this is 925 plus 12X, well, greater, right? Than 15 plus 850X. So this is an inequality. So subtract negative 850 in both sides, right? Negative 850 in both sides. And you can subtract negative 9.25 in both sides. All right, so this cancels. You get here, what is it? 350, right? That's 4, that's 9. Yeah, that should be 350x. And this thing is gonna be, this cancels, and you get here what? 75. That's 5.75, right? And then you divide by 350, right? And you get your answer. X should be 4, right? Let me see if I did this right. So Alan charged 15 for the fee and $8.50 per hour. Taylor charged $12 for his equipment, right? And I did this backwards. This is not good. This is supposed to be like this. Sorry about that. I need to fix it. Please on the test, try to be careful. I'm just doing this fast as a result. I'm making a lot of mistakes. So Taylor here is which Taylor torture is greater? Okay, 9.25x plus 12 greater than 15 plus 850, right? Anyway, the math is should not too different. This is negative 850 in both sides again, and negative 12 in both sides. So this is what is it? This thing this is 75 cents, right? And here is 0 greater than, this is 3, and I need to divide by 75, right? So this cancels. This is x greater than 3 over, well, 75 is 3/4, right? So x, keep, change, flip, 4. That's the answer, okay? Be careful when you're doing these problems, okay? When you're setting up the inequality. Okay, next. Let's see. The equation above is used to model the relationship between the number of cups and of hot chocolate sold per day in a coffee shop and the average daily temperature T in degrees Fahrenheit, right? According to the model, what is the meaning of 3 in the equation? So this is what? The rate, right? So this is gonna decrease, right? So which one satisfies this? For every decrease of 1 Fahrenheit, I think it's D. For every decrease of 1 Fahrenheit, 3 more cups of hot chocolate will be sold. Yes, this one, definitely, right? So when T, the temperature is negative, when it's 1, this is gonna be -3, and this is gonna be 456, right? So you subtract that, and 3 cups of hot chocolate will be sold, right? So if you plug 1 in T, it will be -3, and 456 minus 3 is 453. So that this represents the cup sold, right? So when you subtract those numbers, you get 453. So for every decrease of 1 degree Fahrenheit, 3 more cups of hot chocolate will be sold. So what they have in that moment is 456. So that's the y-intercept. So the answer is B. 9. Did you do 9? Here. A truck enters a stretch of road that drops 4 meters in elevation for every 100 meters along the road, right? Around the length of the road. The road is 13 meters. Okay, the road is at 13 meters of elevation when the truck enters, right? And the truck is traveling at 16 meters per second along the road. So that's the rate, right? 16t is the rate per second, right? And remember, it drops by 4, right? So you can think about this is like the rate is as a decimal, right? Because you're dropping 16%, like how can I say this? Let me see, let me read the question again. A truck enters a stretch of road that drops 4 meters in elevation for every 100 meters along the length of the road. The road is at 13 meters of elevation where the truck enters, and the truck is traveling at 16 meters per second along the road. Okay, so that's the rate. So it should be 0.16t times 4. What is the elevation of the road in meters? So this is you start at 1300 and this is your rate. So basically you have this, right? Because that's your y-intercept. Your rate should be, what is the thing that is it? Your rate should be, yeah, that's 16 per second, right? So that's your rate. So remember the rate should be 16 over 100, so that's 0.16. And then the t, right? So that should be 0.64t. If you have a question about this, you can ask me tomorrow. Okay, next. So this one is straightforward. This is just distributive property. So this is x squared over t minus s squared over t minus over s, right? That's it. Because you're doing this times this, right? So that's s squared over t minus just s. So that's the answer. S squared over t minus s. Done. Next. This thing. There's too many ways to do this problem. I think in your answer key they said they expand this and they did this minus k. Since we're looking for k, they said it equal to 0. Let's see. So this is 3x squared plus 30, 25x plus 15k plus 15 minus k, right? So these two are constants. So you do 15 minus k. Let's see. 3x squared plus 15, okay, plus 15 minus k. Oh, this is plus k, right? Okay. Okay. And okay. It's supposed to be equal to 0. Let's see. I made a mistake here. So this is negative 5x, and this is gonna be plus 5k, right? So this is plus 15 plus 5k. Okay, now you can solve. So 15 plus 5k equals to 0, and then you solve for k. So that's gonna be 5k equals negative 15, k equals negative 3. That's the answer. Okay, that's the way you can do, right? Or another way you can just factor that out, right? But I think this is easier. Okay, next. They want you to solve this thing, right? So here in the xy plane, the parabola, okay, with equation, this is the equation where a and b and c are constants passes to this point. So you can just, remember this is x and y, so just plug it in. So y equals 1, x is negative 1, so this is a, negative 1 square plus b times -1 plus c. So this is going to be a minus b plus c equals 1. So the answer is a minus b plus c equals 1. So this one, right? A minus b plus c. Yeah, that's the answer. No, that's their thing. And now the other part, right? So this one is straightforward. You need to solve for h. Add 6 in both sides. You get 30. This is h over 10 multiplied by 10. Done, right? H equals 300. Next, 15. What is the value of a? So you solve, right? So this is 2a plus 3 minus 4a plus a equals 7. Combine like terms, 11, negative 2a plus 11 equals 7. Negative 2a equals negative 4. A equals 2. Done. Yes? Okay, this one, straightforward. This is 4 9x squared over, right? This is 4x squared. Cancel, 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 cancel. 9. Answer. Yes? Let's check. 9x squared, 4x squared. 4 cancel with a 4. The x squared cancel with the x squared. That's 9. Yes. If x is not equal to 0, of course, because if x equals to 0, you're going to get undefined, right? This thing. What is asking? F is a factor, right? So if x is a factor and this is a function, x minus 2 equals to 0. So for x, you get 2. You plug that into the function. Think about this in terms of a function. And this f of 2 of this function, x squared minus bx plus b, should be equal to 0. If you plug the 2 here, you get 2 squared minus b times 2 plus b equals to 0, right? So this is 4. This is negative 2b plus b. This is negative b. And b equals 4. That's it. Done. That's what they're asking, right? So I'm done. Okay? So the rest you can try on your own. If you have any questions or if you want something else, just send me an email. Thank you.